Football Power Hour!
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another episode of 10 Minutes of Football. Today we're talking penalty kick takers. Did you know that 3 out of 4 penalty kicks are successful at hitting the back of the net? Did you also know, as you may or may have not been there for the Friday happy hour quiz, Yaya Toure has a 100% conversion rate from the penalty kick spot in the Premier League?
Oh my God!
Not a lot of people can boast that record. I think we can file that under one of records that will never be touched, at least not in this lifetime. We are going to sort of look a deeper dive into the top 10 penalty kick takers in the history of the Premier League. With the help of Opta analysts, we've managed to funnel them down to 10. I mean, there's about 12 that we have to shoehorn into this. But ladies and gentlemen, taking a penalty is one of the most daunting tasks in the game of football, and because it's a test of your composure, your technique and ability, it's a test of your mental strength. It's one of those things you can practice 100 times, but when you really do it in match conditions, it can feel like the very first time. Let's look at our penalty kick merchants. My name is Botswanapapi. This is 10 Minutes of Football.
Bruno Fernandes! It's Fred! It's Martial! Just waiting on the back post, surely he'll be found! And scores first! Premier League goal!
Now, this weekend, actually, we saw Cole Palmer score from a penalty kick, making it 9 Premier League penalties taken in total. We saw Bruno Fernandes score from a penalty kick as well. And I think the list is going to keep growing, especially for Cole Palmer. He looks cold. He looks like his name is Cold Palmer. But anyway, in terms of how he ranks, he did not even make it into the top 10 Premier League penalty merchants, as I like to affectionately refer to them. Number 10 has to be shared between a couple of people. I'm talking about Gary Speed, Danny Ings, and Frank Leboeuf. They can both boast a 90.9% conversion rate from the penalty kick spot. Matter of fact, let me put the names together. Baines, Danny Ings, and as I said, Frank Leboeuf, the French World Cup winner, Mr. Frank Leboeuf. They both share 90.9% conversion rate. Matter of fact, I'm not going to write the conversion rates. And number 9, ladies and gentlemen, we have to award it to the one and only, the man who scored 20 out of 22 penalties. His name is Leighton Baines. He is actually so sorry. He should be on number 9 because he has 90. He has scored more. He has taken more penalties than Danny Ings, Frank Leboeuf, and Gary Speed. That's who should be at number 10. Gary Speed, not Baines. I'm a 007 agent for that. I only put Baines because at number 10 because they all have 90.9% conversion rate, but the other ones, Gary Speed, Danny Ings, and Frank Leboeuf have scored 10 out of 11 penalties that they've taken in the Premier League. So Baines has scored 20 out of 22. You know how percentages can sometimes skew the data? It was one of those situations. Let's go ahead and give number 8 to the man who scored 11 out of 12 penalties. This award goes to the one and only Mr. Betting merchant called Ivan Toney. Brentford very own. He is not going to stop anytime soon. I think as long as Brentford wins another penalty, I can bet my money on it. He's going to convert it. He's already done 91.7% conversion of all the penalties. Now, number this one, number seven here goes to the one and only another Frenchman to join Frank Leboeuf in this discussion is Thierry Henry. Henry has taken 25 penalties and scored 23. Not a bad record if you ask me. I would say pas mal, pas mal. Henri. Number six has to go to, oh, you would be surprised by this. He is currently still kicking the ball. His name is Callum Wilson. Callum Wilson. He is actually a prolific penalty taker. He scored 15 out of 16 penalties, putting him at 93.8% conversion rate. This one, you may or may not know him. His name, let me say, his name can make you laugh a little bit. His name is Julian Dix. He is now a coach. He's not kicking the ball at this moment. He is an English football coach and from the UK. And Mr. Dix has scored a lot of penalties, 15 out of 16 penalties, putting him just an edge above Callum Wilson. Or should I say, a pubic hair above Callum Wilson in terms of conversion rate. I just couldn't help myself. He is at 93.8% with 15 out of 16 penalties scored. Big shout out to Mr. Julian Dix. Come on. Let me write his full name. Julian Dix. And number four goes to, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only James Betty. Shout out to him, man. He has scored 16 out of 17 penalties. Now, James, what can I say? Another Premier League legend, also right there. And he deserves his respect and his accolades. Let me put his name right there, James Betty. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. But number three on this list, ladies and gentlemen, it has to be awarded to the one and only top penalty merchant. He talks a lot. He got a big mouth, but you know what? He's got the penalties to back it. Danny Murphy has scored 18 out of 19 penalties, which puts him at 94.7%. So shout out to men like Danny Murphy. Now, the number dos goes to the one and only. This guy has scored a lot of penalties. He is, what's his name? Matt Letessier. He is known for his penalty kicks, and he is now obviously retired. He played in the midfield. And you know what? He's a Southampton great. He goes down as a big, big Southampton legend in the history of Southampton Football Club. And Letitia, as I said, he scored 25 out of 26, which puts him at 96.2% in his penalty conversion stats, which is incredible. If you ask me, I doubt if anybody's going to catch up with him as well. As I already mentioned at the beginning of the video, number one goes to the one and only my African brother, Yaya Toure. He deserves his accolades, man. To be able to have the nerve, the calm, the precision, the mentality like Yaya Toure and score 100% of the penalties that you took. That is incredible. Of course, he only took 11 out of 11, right? And Latesia is the one who, and Thierry Henry, they've taken more or less 25 penalties and above. And this is why I want to look at the conversion rates, percentages, and also know that they are not the ultimate definitive way to look at it. We know other people, that other notable mentions like Bruno Fernandes, who's taken so many penalties. I think he's scored about 45 penalties, if I'm not mistaken. There's other penalties takers like Jorginho, who has also scored a lot of penalties. You can't talk about penalties without talking about the man who scored the most penalties in the world, Cristiano Ronaldo. CR7 FC would be angry about him not getting an honorable mention. But right now, I just want to give the flowers and the fireworks and the respect to Yaya Toure and the penalty kick merchants that have been listed right here. Is there anybody that I missed out? Let me know in the comments. Let me know. Let me know how you feel about this list. And yeah, hopefully when we get the next penalty, we can bury it right now. Respect to the big penalty kick takers of the Premier League. This has been 10 minutes of football. My name is botswanapapi. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.
Football power